episode of the Extremely Casual Gamers podcast with Ali, Chris and Guy. This is a casual gaming podcast for the everyday gamer. And on today's show, first of all, we're a man down. And who is here? Who is currently present?
Guy.
Nice. I thought you were going to try a little trick or something, but no, it's just Guy.
Yeah.
And we literally found out less than 30 minutes ago.
I was on my way to the show.
So was I.
Yeah.
So was I. And we got this message from Chris.
Hey guys, sorry I'm not going to make the podcast today. I've for years and years, over a decade really, I've been sort of towing the line between gamer and athlete. And today I learnt that I should maybe just stick to gaming. So I won't be on the potty today. I've done my quad. I'm currently going to A&E to get x-rays. Good news is plenty of gaming in the near future that I can see. So yeah. See you next week.
So a bit of context here. So Chris does a radio show, and on their show, he does the drive show in the afternoon, the big show, and then the Hodaki breakfast show issued a challenge. They're going back and forth the challenges, and the challenge that went down today was a 4-man relay race, 100 meters sprint. And they've been taking it seriously, and they've been doing trainings and all sorts. And as Chris said, he claims that he's toes the line between athlete and gamer, which isn't the case.
No.
However, it seems that Chris does go 100%.
Yes.
And I think Chris also thinks that he's still the 18, 19-year-old that was probably pretty fast at high school, in student form when he played wing in the rugby team. He's not that person anymore, and he's blown his quad, which I imagine was incredibly painful.
Oh, yeah.
He's not going to be on the show this week, and therefore he won't be on the DLC on Monday.
No, he won't.
I really do hope he takes his own advice and stops, because about 10 years ago, maybe about 8 years ago, he used to work on a TV show, The Crowd Goes Wild, a sports show. He was a junior reporter there, and there was a story where he got drafted into a rugby team to play a game on a Saturday, and they chucked him on the wing. And these are like people that play rugby, and Chris hadn't played since high school. I went along and watched the game. First touch of the ball, he grabs it, runs down the line, the dude tackles him. It might be the other way around. I think he went in to tackle someone, pop, and I think he broke his collarbone, or he popped his collarbone out. Either way, game over for Chris. And then he had to deal with months, I think years of issues in that area. So I think he just needs to stop doing these physical activities.
Sounds like he's very accident prone, and he should just stick to the gaming.
Yeah, because he's in his 30s now, and
is in his
things
30s.
start to break.
They do. Was he also in the video that he sent us with that audio? Was he in a wheelchair?
He was in a wheelchair. He sent photos to our group, and it was him sitting in a wheelchair with ice on his thigh. But then in the shot, you could also see like the legs of like a paramedic, and like a professional paramedic's bag. So either an ambulance was called, which is very dramatic, or because it was a work thing, and NZME, the company that he works for, would be like, if you're doing this, we need an HR got involved.
I have a feeling it'll be that, surely.
Really? They'd have a paramedic on hand for like 8 men to just run 100 meters?
Well, there you go. They needed it.
Well, yeah, it worked out. So, long story short, just like in video games, Ellie, you and I have been thrown a curveball. A blue shell has hit us. So now we need to pivot, and we need to take some mushrooms, maybe get on a bullet.
Oh, yeah.
And we reckon we can win.
I don't know any of that lingo, but I'm with you. I'm there
Hazard
for
a guess. Hazard a guess. What game was I referencing just then?
Helldivers.
No.
Mario Kart.
Yes!
Oh, yes!
I couldn't accept Mario. That is way too broad.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, so on today's show, it's Guy and I. And Guy, you first of all have some study. You've been doing some studying or something, have you?
Oh, wow, you've massively oversold it there. No, my wife sent me a video of a TikTok, and she said this would be good for the podcast. And it's a video from a woman who does studies.
Okay.
And it was about the connection between, you would have heard this before, the connection between playing video games and mental health.
Yeah.
And does it affect us in a good or a bad way? So I've just done a little bit of research / looking on the internet.
Yeah.
And I'll break that down for us.
Sounds fun. All right. And then the other thing we're going to chat about, we benched this last week, but we want to know what each other and the rest of you listening, what kind of NPC you would kill instantly in real life if you saw one. Like what things irk you about people, and would it be an instant kill?
Yeah,
Is that right?
Absolutely. There are characteristics of people that in real life we can't kill or punch in the face because that would be illegal and bad.
Yes.
So if we met that type of person in a video game, would we kill them, and why?
Boom.
Yeah.
Keen. Now let's just jump into some listener feedback.
Let's do it.
The first thing I wanted to just ask was, there was a post put in the group, Extremely Casual Group for Extremely Casual Gamers, by Guy Mansell about 4 days ago. And it has got a lot of interaction on it in terms of 26 likes, but I don't get it. But it references me, and I'm going to need you to explain this. So it's a t-shirt of a Simpsons character
Yeah.
on a Nintendo t-shirt.
Yeah.
And it says, can someone sponsor the podcast so we can get paid and Ellie can buy this t-shirt? Why? I don't get it.
Okay, well, it was not a dig at you.
No, yeah.
No,
okay.
it's not a dig at you.
That's fine. I still don't get it.
So the t-shirt it's the character from, one of the characters from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
A super, what's his name? Something Chalmers. Yeah. It's not Superintendent. Superintendent Chalmers. So he's like he's the Seymour's, what's the principal called? Seymour. Yeah. It's the principal's boss.
Oh, right.
So the principal's boss comes to school, and I think Ralph, the idiot, he calls him Super Nintendo Chalmers.
Oh.
So this is just a t-shirt with...
Because I love graphic tees.
You love graphic tees. You've got like a Simpsons hoodie.
Nice.
So I just thought, hey, and this just popped up on my Facebook, and I was like, you know what? Out of all of us, I'd wear that.
Yeah.
I don't think Chris would, but you would wear that the most.
I would wear that, but
so it was more of a like, hey, sponsor us so that we can get money so that Ellie can buy this silly t-shirt and wear on the podcast.
Thanks, bro. I'm just going to like it now that I understand it. I hadn't actually interacted yet because I was like, I'm not going to interact with it unless I know what it means, but I didn't want to like publicly out myself on the Facebook. I'd rather do it on air here.
Fair enough. But you've also outed yourself for not understanding a very simple post.
So I was about to say, I've really exposed myself as a fake Simpsons fan. I do not deserve that jumper that I have. I watched
that's
it.
the thing, yeah. So how much did you watch?
Not a lot, because when I was younger, my mum and dad didn't want me to watch it because they found it inappropriate when I was kind of young. And then I passively, it would be on, you know, like how it was on at like 6 p.m. each night. I watched it passively, but not enough. I might watch one episode every now and then.
Yeah.
So I know it, but I don't know it.
Yeah.
But I love the movie. The Spider Pig, that movie.
The Simpsons dropped off since then.
Yeah, has it?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't watched any new episodes basically since 2007 when that movie came out because the movie was great.
Yeah.
Did they do a second movie?
I can't remember.
Or are they doing one?
I can't remember, but I love that movie.
The Simpsons been going for like 30 years. It's crazy.
It is wild.
There are so many pieces of information that I think I would have done so much better at school that would have soaked in, but they've just filled with Simpsons quotes.
Oh, okay. So you should have my jumper.
Yeah, I should. I should, but I wouldn't because it's ghastly. But
wow, it is quite bright, isn't it? It is a little bit. Last week we also talked about whose loot are you collecting. So we said what we'd drop if we were killed, what loot would drop,
just like in Fortnite or Warzone or lots of games.
You said Kindle, wet wipes, lorazepam, and I there were a few more. Portable day for me, fidget toys, and poo. And then we asked people whose would they want to pick up the most. Yeah. And Miriam said, I think Guy's loot looks the most appealing overall. So you're apparently the most appealing loot.
Yeah, I saw a few comments going for me. I mean, mine was a drink bottle, a Kindle, some lorazepam.
Yep.
And what was the other one?
A wallet and a stained hoodie.
Yeah.
So I guess, and same with powder. He said Guy as well. People have also contributed with what they would drop. Miriam said eucalyptus, lolly/drops, unused tissues, iPad, a muesli bar, a kitchen knife, and my hoodie. Oh, Miriam, I should have said hoodie too. I love my hoodie.
Is Miriam always sick? She's got clean tissues and menthol and you know,
okay?
and cough drops. Are you okay?
Are you okay? Cousin Beck said my FPOS card, mini Whittaker's chocolates, Ritalin, a hair tie, water bottle, mini perfume. Yeah, that's relatable. As Dean said, he would also love yours, Guy. Yours sounds like it was the most popular. So.
Well, because I'm the only one that's dropping drugs, really.
True.
And you're dropping actual poo.
That's true. Why would anyone want mine? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But on that, actually, because last week we all wrote about what we would drop, but I also wrote a list of what I think you would drop.
Yes.
So for you, your armor would be some sort of printed tee or jumper.
Yep, love it.
Your weapon would be your guts. You drop your guts.
Oh, that's good. That's a good weapon, eh?
Yeah. Items, gaming book for dummies.
Okay, thank you.
Ruby, your dog.
Oh,
and a piece of paper that says sorry.
That's good.
Yeah.
That is good.
Sorry. And for Chris, Chris's arm would be his skin. It's thicker than the average person, which allows the wearer to receive significant less damage from personal attacks. Chris does have a thick skin.
He does actually. Yeah.
His weapon will be his joke list from his stand-up comedy. Jokes are there to kill.
Nice.
Everyone's night.
Nice. You got me on that one.
He's shit at comedy. And his items would be his phone. However, it would just be 3 apps. The McDonald's app with thousands of points.
True.
The Calm app, which has the explanation of Death Stranding from episode 3 in the sleep section.
Aye.
And then an app called Dogging.
What is pardon?
Don't know. It's just an app. Chris has an app called Dogging on his phone. I was too scared to Google it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so Chris has a dogging app.
Dogging?
Yeah. Because he doesn't have a dog.
Yeah, that's weird. What is that?
Yeah. What is
Have we just outed him for something really,
I don't know, maybe.
really odd? Oh, well. He's not here, so whatever.
Yeah, whatever if you want, just Google dogging, and then whatever it is, Chris likes that.
Yeah. Yum, yum, yum. Zach in the group, he has said, just out of curiosity, has anyone played REPO, which is a co-op horror game up to 6 players, and he basically was just recommending that we should play it together.
Cool.
So maybe we'll take that into consideration at some point. I do get really terrified of horror, but it does make for good content. So maybe, just maybe I'll do it. And then also, Melissa, I just want to say I'm here for this. Melissa posted in the group, I saw this and thought it would be appropriate for our little group. Definitely agree. We should start referring to age as levels because I'm at level 40 sounds a lot cooler than just being an old person.
Yeah, so, that's true. I've seen that before.
Yeah,
I'm level 32. I'm turning level 33 next week.
Oh yeah, you are too. Yeah, I'm both level 32. So yeah, we'll take that advice on board. And then the other thing in terms of listener feedback is last week we very passively and disorganizedly launched a knockout tournament between video game characters, didn't we? And we asked you to basically comment on a post in our group about, we've split them into 4 different categories initially and they're pool rounds, right? Yeah. And we wanted to hear what Xbox exclusive characters would you put forward for the Xbox pool?
Of course.
Now, there was a bit of confusion and I thought this would be the case because, you know, we were very disorganized and kind of just brainstormed on the podcast. Yeah, it was. We've had people come back, but people were wondering how do we differentiate between exclusives because so many are cross-platform now?
Totally.
Which I totally understand.
I think it would be like whatever you associate the most from that.
Yeah, so if you think of that character in it and you think, oh, that's Xbox.
If somebody was to say to you, I play this, you immediately imagine them playing it on an Xbox or a PlayStation or a PC. Yeah,
so technically there's not necessarily a right answer, maybe.
Because at the end of the day, it's all about characters. So at the end of this, it's not going to be like, it doesn't matter where they come from.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. So yes, we will have PS exclusives and cross-platform, and PC and Nintendo. But some of the video game characters that people have suggested from Xbox is Master Chief from Halo. Yeah. Marcus Phoenix.
Marcus Phoenix from Gears of War.
Yeah. Yes. We've got Doom Guy.
Doom Guy, so the main guy from Doom. He's just known as Doom Guy.
Is he actually called? Okay, got it.
But that's another one. So Doom is heavily associated with Xbox, but also the most recent one is out on PlayStation 5 as well. So
there you go. Okay, so would we originally, that would be an Xbox one though, because it was originally there?
I think you would associate.
Okay, yeah. We've got Chicken Chaser, Fable main character.
Fable is an Xbox exclusive.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. All right.
But I don't know who Chicken Chaser is. It sounds like a side character.
We've got Dragonborn from Skyrim.
Yep.
Suggestions. Senua from Hellblade. Ayla the Huntress. I'm so bad. This is exposing me again from Skyrim.
Skyrim's also cross-platform.
There we go. See, this is where we're getting tricky. So what I did was because I'm not gonna know what's exclusive and what's not. So I just chucked into, glad Chris is not here, ChatGPT just to see what that would suggest. Like I just said, we want to do a knockout tournament with different gaming characters across each of the 4 things. So Xbox, PlayStation, PC, and Nintendo. What would you recommend as
from each
being
one?
So the Xbox exclusives pool, the suggestions from ChatGPT were Master Chief Halo, Marcus Phoenix, Gears of War, Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh, Banjo-Kazooie.
They say that's rare though. Joanna Dark from Perfect Dark. The Arbiter from Halo.
Yeah.
Ori and the Blind Forest. Don't know that one. Cuphead. Don't know that one. Revan. Kate Diaz from Gears 5 or Voodoo Vince from Voodoo Vince. See, I don't know a lot of Xbox. This is hard.
Kate Diaz from
Gears 5?
Gears 5, no. Okay. I mean, yes, that is an Xbox exclusive, but that's very... abstract.
So if you were going to take the 4 top of the Xbox there, what would you say?
Well, I think obviously Marcus Phoenix and Master Chief.
Yeah.
I think we probably should throw one in there from Fable because that is a pretty well-known Xbox exclusive.
Cool, yeah.
And then from there, I mean, there was a couple of suggestions for Skyrim, but Skyrim we could take from the PC. Maybe the thing we take away from this is that maybe before we go any further, we pivot and don't make it about exclusives.
Yes, I think we need to just go...
just like top 16
best video game
characters. I think maybe that's where we overcomplicated it.
I agree. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll put another post in the ECG for ECG group.
So thank you for everybody that contributed to that post because by doing so, you've highlighted the fact that we've made this too confusing.
Exactly.
So we've come to a new conclusion. So thank you.
Thank you. We will put a post in the group this week and it will just be comment with your favorite characters, and then we can do like a summary of what are the top 16 ones being mentioned, and then we'll go from there to the knockout tournament. I think because I do agree it was a bit confusing, and everything's kind of cross-platform now anyway.
Also, there are so many because PlayStation, obviously, when you talk about exclusives, PlayStation is miles ahead when it comes to Xbox.
Yes.
So if with the fact that we couldn't come up with 4 off the top of our head, one means we're also very casual. There's probably 4 very iconic Xbox characters, but I can think of 4. I can think of probably 10 PlayStation exclusives that are. But we have to narrow it down to 4.
Yes.
And you've got Kratos, you've got Joe Miller, you've got Nathan Drake.
Yeah.
You've got all these other people.
Yeah.
And there'll be so many people from the PlayStation category that just miss out.
Yeah, exactly. So I reckon we just go biggest ones that spring to mind, favorite video game character. Yeah. And I reckon it's like an all-rounder. So it's not just like whether they're good at combat. It's like we take into consideration personality, combat.
Yeah.
What else is there? Like charisma.
Do you know what I kind of like?
What?
I mean, we could do it another time. We'll stick to our guns here, but I kind of like we can just go, instead of being like, what's the best or who, I think we just go, who is your favorite? And it could be absolutely anyone.
Yeah.
And then we randomly choose 16.
Oh, yeah.
Because then it could be Kate Diaz from Gears of War 5 because that's someone's favorite character.
Yeah.
And Kate Diaz could be going up against Tangela from Pokemon.
Because
that could be someone's favorite Pokemon.
Yeah.
And then we have like a definitive top 16, which we're about to do, but then we could also do like the random silly one.
Yeah, the silly
and it's
ones.
like, who wins the silly one? Because it'll be like, because then everyone can vote. But like, I desperately want Ditto from Pokemon to go all the way to the top.
Love that. Okay.
We'll shelf that for another day.
Yeah, that's a secondary one. Don't think about that one. Just we'll post in the group with this. Just tell us your favourite video game characters, all right? One last thing for listener feedback. Guy, a couple of weeks ago, you posted, where in the world are you from? And I just thought I'd do a little update on other people who have commented. We've got someone from Lithuania. I don't know if we said that. Petrus. Belgium. I don't know if we said that the other day. Denmark, Greece, UK. We've got a widespread here. Austria, Canada, Ireland. So
I think somebody jumped in the chat recently who jumped on the post there from Sweden.
Yes, there is a Sweden, yes. There's also South Africa, my favourite place, yes. No, I've never been there. I just like the accent. Scotland, but I think you said that last week. So yeah, we're covering some ground here.
Well done.
Our map is getting bigger.
Quick reminder, we are trying to get a member in our extremely casual group for extremely casual gamers from every single country in the world, or as many as possible, because every single country is basically impossible. So yeah, if you know anybody who lives in a different country, share the group with them.
Yes, please do.
And we'll slowly take over the world.
Yes, we will. All right, should we jump into some gaming news?
Yes, let's do some gaming news. Real quick one from me. PlayStation Plus, every single month they release these titles that you can get. Now, you don't technically get them for free because you pay for the subscription, but these are games that you can download. So normally it's 3 games. This month, the month of June that we're about to go into, they've done 4. Now, PlayStation Plus exclusive games that will come out every month, they used to be quite good, and just for like the last year or so, it's just... So NBA 2K25 is coming out in June. So if you love NBA, then one of the most recent games is available for you to play.
Good to know.
Thing is with those games, just like with FIFA and Madden, it's just reskin on reskin. It's the same as what you got last year, except the player stats are different.
Yeah.
Alone in the Dark, which is a reimagining of the classic survival horror game. This one stars David Harbour, who's from Stranger Things, and Jodie Comer, who was also in the movie. She was in Killing Eve, that TV show. She was the murderer.
Okay.
And Eve, and she was also in New Guy, the one with.
Yeah. Or Fall Guy. Is it called?
New Guy. No. Free Guy.
Free Guy.
Yeah. Free Guy. Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah. Jodie Comer is set in a haunted manor. It's exclusive to PS5. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, which is an action platformer inspired by Jet Set Radio, featuring graffiti crews on skates and bikes. Players can explore vibrant urban environments while performing tricks and evading authorities. And Destiny 2: The Final Shape, the latest expansion for Destiny 2, allowing players to journey into the Traveler to conclude the War of Light and Darkness. So that is if you've already got Destiny 2. So that's kind of...
Gotcha.
Yeah. So... there could be something in there for you. I mean, a lot of people just like to complain.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, those are the games that are coming out for the month of June. You've got until June 2nd to download the games for the month of May.
Beautiful. Okay, good to know. So it ends in June, technically.
Yeah, so what's so cool about the PlayStation Plus is as long as you've got the subscription. So like, I might not want to play NBA 2K25 now. I might not have any interest in it. But then, when the NBA season ramps up again next year, or then towards the end of the year, I might go... I feel like playing NBA. If I download it now, then it's always on my console. I could download it and then delete it, but because I downloaded it at the time, I can go back to it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But if you don't download it at the time, then too bad. Yeah. You can't go back into the archive and go, well, it was available in June. It's like, well, you didn't get it in June.
No,
which I've fallen into that trap before.
Oh, okay. So just when in doubt, download it.
If you think you want it, maybe just get it just for safekeeping.
Exactly. Nice. I've got a little bit of gaming news here. This is for the cozy gamers. Disney Dreamlight Valley fans, Disney's just started teasing its Peter Pan update. Now, we did know that Peter Pan was coming, but they've officially now posted on social media a little map hinting that Peter Pan has dropped something on the map and will be coming to Disney Dreamlight Valley very soon. It doesn't say a date, but they've just started teasing it. So if you're a Disney Dreamlight Valley fan or a Peter Pan fan, then Peter Pan's going to be coming. You can play with him.
I never got the Peter Pan hype.
I was never a Peter Pan person.
I never watched it really as a kid.
Yeah. Neither did I, really.
Yeah.
I just thought Tinkerbell was cute, really. That was kind of it. So, yeah, if you like that, I've got no other info apart from that it's coming at some point. So, very, very informative news from me this morning.
Fantastic. For a relatively niche game.
Yes, it is. But, hey, I feel like we never nod enough at the Cozy Gamers, and I feel like that is my job here, and I never really pull through with the Cozy Gaming
Ellie,
content.
there's so many cool Cozy games coming out. Because I send them back and forth between my wife because we both like cozy games.
Yes.
So maybe we should do a cozy game wrap up.
Yes.
Sometime soon because there's some really cool ones coming out.
Okay, all right.
It's not just on Nintendo as well. There's some cool ones come to console.
Good to know. All right. So any personal anecdotes over there, Guy?
Any personal anecdotes from me? No, I can't say that I have got anything.
Yeah, I sort of threw that on you, didn't I?
No. It's fine. I'm not going to force it. But there could be something going on in my life. We've got a baby moon this weekend.
Yes.
So my wife is expecting our second child in July. She's finishing up work in about a month. And her co-workers threw together some cash in an Airbnb voucher. So this weekend we're going an hour out of the city.
Love it. Though.
My mum and dad are driving up to look after our daughter Daisy. They'll have a great time. And then, me and my wife are going to go to a market. We're going to get lunch. We're going to fall asleep in the afternoon and read books. We're going to get dinner, and we're going to be in bed at 8:30.
Love it. That sounds like a dream.
So good.
You guys deserve that. That'll be lovely.
It will be cool. So
very nice.
Yeah. What about you? Anecdote-wise,
not really.
Sam's back, isn't he?
Yeah,
was he back last week?
He was back last week, but yeah, Sam's back. He's been playing a bit of Gran Turismo still. Yeah. What else? That was kind of it from him. Actually, he always goes. He's ADHD. He goes on games for like 5 to 6 weeks, hard out, and then he forgets about them. So, that tennis game that he was number one in?
Yeah.
Haven't seen him play that in weeks.
Totally.
Yeah. He's a bit of a sort of
I'm in between focuses at the moment. I'm not really, I was pretty hyper-focused on Red Alert.
You were?
I haven't been playing it. I haven't played it this week, but I do want to get back into it. But yeah, I'm kind of jonesing a single-player booty campaign. I'm quite jealous that Chris is really enjoying Days Gone Remaster because I didn't enjoy that game, but I might get back into it because I've done that before. I did it with Spider-Man 2 and Ghost of Tsushima, and they're two of my favourite games.
That's true. So got to revisit that one. Yesterday, actually, though, it was Tuesday. It was mine and Sam's 8-year anniversary together. So that was lovely. And you know what we did? You and Meg should do this. I feel like you'd love it. We went. Have you been to Build-A-Bear before, or have you heard of Build-A-Bear?
In Sylvia Park. Yes. Yeah, I've been there. Yeah.
Have you done it?
No, I haven't done it.
Oh my gosh,
isn't it really expensive?
So a little bit. We did splash a bit just to have a bit of fun.
Totally.
But we basically went at 6 p.m. so no one else was there. So it was just me and Sam. And you basically build a teddy bear. So we built one for each other.
Yeah.
So we were doing it secretly, and then we did a big reveal when we got home, and it was really cute. I actually really enjoyed doing it. It was like, as an adult, I was like, I feel like I'm enjoying this way more than I meant to.
It's because it's something that you would have wanted to do as a kid, but your parents never did it for you for whatever reasons may be, and you're like, oh my God, I finally get to tick that off.
Yes, it was really, really fun, and we both had, I can put a photo up on our story, like little quirky sort of, I gave Sam's bear a little gaming controller and stuff. Cool. It's really cute. So I would recommend that if you're in Auckland. It is a bit pricey.
It would be really hard not to customize it in my brain to do some sort of cock and balls.
Classic,
yeah. Just something that's like, because obviously you're doing it for an anniversary, so you don't want to be like, take the piss.
No.
But my brain, I would never do it, but my brain would be like, how do I make it so that it looks like this beer is touching itself or something, Yeah,
it's classic.
Don't lie, your brain went there.
I did think about it, but I was like, no, this is wholesome, this is romantic.
Sam was probably thinking like, how can I make this bear look like it's doing a poo? Because I feel like that wouldn't be taking the piss. That would be him be like,
it's accurate.
That's something close to Ellie's heart.
Very accurate. But no, I highly recommend that actually, and that is hashtag not sponsored. It was just very fun. But I'll give you an idea, like the beer itself, you actually stuff it yourself and everything. You put a scent in, you put a little squeaky like whatever meow or I love you. The beers range from like $35 to $40, $50, and then the accessories are on top of that. So it can get expensive for sure. But we were just like, stuff it.
Hey.
We're going to keep them forever and they're going to sit on our bed. And so that's my little
Until Ruby comes in and starts pumping one or tears it apart. Yeah.
I am scared of that. But yeah, well, should we jump into, what do you want? Should we talk serious mental health first or should we do a bit of fun killing? Which one?
Ooh. Let's get Tash to tell us.
Hello, Tash. What do you reckon? This is our producer.
She's sitting in the corner over there. Should we do the fun killing NPCs chat, or should we do the serious? Not too serious, but just talking about gaming and mental health studies. Which one should we do?
We can't make decisions, Tash. So it's honestly on you.
This is what Chris would come in and
he would just be.
Something really important.
We're doing both, so it's more just a priority. Which order do you want us to do it in? Should we end on the killing? We'll end on the killing.
Well, I thought we were going to Tash.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Tash, sorry. It's your choice.
Original idea, end on the killing?
End on the killing.
Oh, wow. That sounds such a good idea. Yeah,
Great
thank
idea.
you. So Tash said end with the killing.
You could have thought of that.
All right. Make us smarter.
It was not about making smarter. It's just that my wife sent a video and I was like, you know what? That's it. She goes, this could be good for the podcast. It was a woman talking about the effects of mental health from playing video games, which is a conversation. If you are a gamer, which I assume you are, if you're listening to this, your parents might have probably tried to hone this in on you growing up because they didn't quite understand it. That video games and the media as well saying video games cause violence. And whenever a new Grand Theft Auto comes out, there's always an article or the 6 o'clock news talks about how you can beat people up, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So the Oxford University, now they know a few things.
They do.
Because they're quite smart.
Oh, yeah.
Full of smart people, but over the last 5 or so years, they've conducted several studies examining the effects of video games on mental health and well-being. So here's a review. Right?
Okay.
So there's going to be a lot of talking here, but
that's okay. It's interesting.
We'll break it down into different aspects. So positive associations and well-being. So a 2020 study by Oxford Internet Institution found that time spent playing video games, specifically Animal Crossing New Horizons and Plants vs. Zombies and Battle for Neighborville was positively associated with players' well-being. The research utilized actual playtime data from game publishers and concluded that players who enjoyed their gaming experience reported high levels of happiness and well-being, right? Mm-hmm. So those are pretty non-offensive games.
Yeah.
Plants vs. Zombies can get pretty stressful because you can get overrun and there is nothing stressful about Animal Crossing.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I don't think I think the only possible stressful thing is that when you're chopping wood, you're swinging away with your axe, sometimes you can knock down a beehive and then you get chased by bees and get stung.
Okay, so that's the most stressful bit.
And you have, because you can catch bugs, right? So you can, if you're quick with the net, you can catch the bees and then you've got a swarm, right? And then you pull so you don't get stung. And also you can stumble across tarantulas. And tarantulas are really quick.
Ooh.
And they bite you when you get knocked out.
And you would get real scared of that.
I hated it. Because you can visit different islands, different island codes. And I went to one island and it was literally full of tarantulas. It was but they're rare, so you want to catch them.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Anyway, no significant harm detected. In 2022, another Oxford study involving nearly 39,000 participants found little to no evidence of a causal link between the amount of time spent gaming and mental health outcomes. The study emphasized that the quality of gaming experience, rather than the quantity of time spent, was more productive on players' well-being, specifically individuals who played games because they wanted to feel better. Whereas those who felt compelled to play experienced lower well-being. So quality over quantity.
So is that kind of addiction versus not addiction?
Totally,
almost?
Right?
Yeah.
Because I find it, I love Red Dead Redemption. There's so many single-player games with storylines that I love playing, and I never got addicted to them. I never felt like I have to play. It was just like, I want to play it.
Yeah.
And I got so much enjoyment out of it and no negative effects. There's so much violence in Red Dead 2, but because it's so easy to disassociate the two.
Yeah.
However, the other side of the coin is people that play, and I imagine this is online shooters, the quality of which that gaming experiences is probably significantly lower because you are playing against other players who are better than you.
Yeah, right.
There are so many times where I played Fortnite, which I do enjoy, which I haven't played in months, but I still enjoy it. And I would be spending hours playing that game. I should be going to bed. And I would be getting smoked by probably some 12-year-old.
Yeah.
And, they're emoting on me and I would get annoyed at that.
Yeah.
And so that isn't a quality time spent. So it's not significant harm, but it also depends on age. You hear stories about kids that are very young, which is why Fortnite is PG-13. Kids younger than 13 playing Fortnite to the point where they play it and they don't want to leave their seat and they like wet themselves.
Yeah, see, that's so bad.
Because they don't want to get off the chair to just go to the toilet.
Yeah,
that's a full-blown addiction at a young age.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, that's really bad.
I also remember when I was a kid, if I was gaming, I would have phases of game where I'd be addicted to a game and I just want to be playing it all the time. And then mum and dad would get shitty because my attitude to everything else in life at that moment was just negative because I was like, no, I don't want to do that. And I remember it being, maybe that's why they didn't want me gaming because it made me a piece of shit. But yeah, I definitely had addictions at times in my life and it made everything else I was doing way less enjoyable because I only wanted to be gaming. So that was probably not great.
I mean, it's no different. I mean, it is different in some ways, but how many times were you outside playing with your friends, kicking a rugby ball around, jumping on the trampoline, and your parents would say, come inside, it's dinner time, or come inside, it's dark.
Yes.
And you're like, no, I don't want to.
Yeah.
But because you're outside doing something physical, getting fresh air, it's not seen as badly as playing Fortnite, right?
Yeah, totally.
And I remember there was a time in my life when I was really young and I was really into like reading, and my parents were like, "Guy, you need to go to sleep. Like, stop reading." Which I feel like is like counterproductive as a parent to like, "Hey, please put that book down.
You're learning. How dare you?"
And I remember being like, "No." And I think it was when I was reading like the Harry Potter series because I was like addicted to reading those books, as we all were.
Yeah.
But it's just weird to think that parents would be like, "Guy, go to sleep," and I would get agitated that I had to stop reading a book. So it's not just gaming that elicits that kind of behavior from a young kid.
Yeah.
But I think now because so many more people are playing video games than when we were at that age, it's different.
Yeah. For sure.
Adolescence and gaming. Research from the Oxwell student study in 2022 indicated that many adolescents who engage in extensive gaming do not exhibit negative mental health effects. The study categorized gamers based on their gaming habits and psychological well-being, finding that most intensive gamers maintained good mental health. However, a small subset with less control over the gaming behavior and pre-existing mental health issues showed signs of poorer well-being. So that's what we were just talking about. So while, yes, there are the kids that have been reported wetting themselves on their chairs because they don't want to, that isn't necessarily entirely the game's fault.
No. There's obviously other stuff
there
going
are
on.
plenty of other kids, and you could be, that could happen to a 12-year-old and a parent could hear about it on the news and they've got a 12-year-old son who plays the same game.
Yeah.
And then it could have a negative effect on them that could be like, you need to stop playing that game because this person weed themselves. And they're like, Dad, I won't do that.
Yeah.
But parents be like, I don't care.
I don't care.
Because I told you so.
Yeah. Oh, classic.
Yeah.
What I told
Can't
you
wait
so.
to whip that one out. Because I said so. Yeah. Daisy's at that age at the moment where she'll be like, why not? But it's not like in a whingy way. It's more just like as a curious way.
Yeah.
But it'll be like, she'll want to go on my shoulders while I walk her down the hallway. And I'll be like, no, you can't go on my shoulders at the moment. It's purely because I just can't be bothered.
Fair enough.
Why not?
Because...
no, you can't think of an excuse.
Say?
I just be like, sometimes I'll be like, because Daisy got a sore back.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah,
and then she'll be like, she'll want to eat something of mine, and I'll go, sorry, you can't have that. She'll go, why not? And I've saw it on a TikTok, I'll be like, Daddy's is really spicy.
Perfect.
That's a great one.
Yeah,
that's a great one. And it'll be an ice cream.
Oh.
Sorry, no. Daddy got a really spicy one. Really hot. She'll go, oh no. And then she's concerned for me.
Oh, how dare you lie to your concerned child.
If she was to accidentally lick it, she'll be like, this mother lied to me. Yeah. All right, just a couple more. Short-term improvements. A 2024 study conducted in collaboration with Future Labs analysed over 67,000 gaming sessions of Power Wash Simulator across 39 countries. Was your partner involved in this?
Yeah, maybe.
The studies revealed that players experienced a noticeable improvement in mood just 15 minutes after playing the game, suggesting that certain games can have immediate positive effects on mental states.
I would agree with that because I think a game like that is regulating your nervous system because you're just doing the same thing over and over and it's very satisfying. You're getting a reward and it's easy. It's not too high stakes. I can see that.
And that's Power Wash Simulator, which is a very low stress game. There could be somebody that gets just the same amount of, that 15 minutes after playing a game. It could be a really intense game, but because of your likes and dislikes, somebody could really... They could play Power Wash Simulator and be like, that was stupid.
Yeah, I'm bored.
Yeah, that was dumb. I hated that I did that.
Yeah.
And there's somebody could play Doom, which is like shooting demons in the face.
Yeah.
And they could be like, I feel really chill.
Yeah, I
you
feel
know?
relaxed.
I
Yeah,
feel
I think-
really good. That was good for me.
Yeah, I guess it depends on like if you're just trying to escape just from you know your everyday life. And I think when your mental health's already bad, which I think was alluding in that last step before that one, when your mental health's really bad, you can fall into too much gaming and that does become negative. But I think when you've got a good hang on your mental health, gaming can just add to it, you know?
Yeah,
That's my
absolutely.
opinion anyway.
No, it totally makes sense because that happens in all facets of life. Like at the moment, I'm not running as much as I was pre-marathon training, right? And when I was training, I was eating better. And when I was eating better and running, I was sleeping better because I was tired because I'd exercised. But because I'm not running, I'm getting like staying up late.
Yeah.
My energy's low, so I'm picking it up with like coffee and sugar.
Yeah.
And my diet's gone out the window.
Yeah.
So like, and now I went for a run yesterday and it was a 3-kilometer run and I was rooted.
Really?
And they did 21 kilometers in April.
Wow.
So it's with the gaming thing, it's like, yes, you could have a negative gaming experience, which then could affect your sleep or whatever, but you know, there's other aspects of your life that you've got to look at. But I feel like a lot of people just tend to go, well, it's the games.
Yeah, but it's
like,
not.
Well, it could also be because they're struggling at school.
Yeah, exactly.
And, you know, they've got a poor diet and they've got bad sleep.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. You got to look at not the game, but why are they playing so much of that game?
Yeah. And last one, the most recent research came out of March 2025, reinforces the idea that the quality of gaming experiences is more crucial than the amount of time spent playing. So that's quality over quantity. Yeah. The study found negligible correlations. Negligible?
Yeah,
yes.
negligible. Yeah.
Negligible correlations. Jesus Christ, I sound like Ellie. Between playtime and measures of mental well-being, like satisfaction or emotional state among adult gamers. This suggests that the context and motivation behind gaming play significant roles in its impact on mental health.
There you go.
Which we've already covered again.
So it's basically just like you could substitute that with like alcohol consumption or anything really. Like your gaming is going to depend on your mental health and vice versa. And then your drinking is a bad example, but is going to depend on your mental health and vice versa.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a big spiral. So look after yourselves and make sure that, you know, you're playing games quality and not quantity. No,
totally.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was listening, I swear. Yeah, beautiful stuff. All right, speaking of really rough stuff and keeping our mental health good, who do you want to kill?
Yes. So, yeah, it's a great segue.
Great segue, yeah.
We were going to talk about this last week, but we ran out of time because we were massively unorganized and waffled on. So I want to talk about NPCs, the non-playable characters that you bump into in many games. So think of a game that has NPCs and then just imagine that for this conversation.
Yeah.
I'll be thinking about Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Or Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, okay.
One of those styles games.
Yeah.
You bump into an NPC, and with a lot of these games, you are given the option, like, I can kill this person.
Yeah.
You know, now there are effects of that. You know, somebody could see you, report you to the police. The police could be there already. You know, somebody could also whip out a gun. Whatever. The town could turn on you.
Yeah.
Right? So think about that. However, you are still given the choice to kill these NPCs. Now, I want to think about, there are people in our day-to-day lives, real world now.
Yeah.
That I don't want to necessarily kill or harm, but there are people out there that I just find massively annoying.
Yeah. And if they were in a video game, you might.
Would I kill them?
Yeah.
All right, so no, not would I kill them. I would kill them.
Yeah,
But what is
beautiful.
it about them?
Yeah.
That
okay.
I would basically. What are annoying things that people do that you want to kill them but you can't? So you would kill them in a video game.
Yeah, love it.
So do you have any?
Yeah, I do. First one I would definitely kill is an NPC trying to sell me a paintball session.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Yes.
So in the mall in New Zealand, I don't know if this happens anywhere else. There's often people in the middle of the mall trying to sell paintball to you as you walk past.
It's not like they're selling paintballs or a paintball gun. They're selling like, hey, do you want to organise 15 mates on this date to play a game, 3 games of paintball? It is the most.
It's so random.
It's so random,
I feel like
Ellie.
it's not the right place to be advertising. I feel like they're pouring their money somewhere that's not working. Anyway,
Yeah.
so I'd kill that if I saw that in a video game. Goodbye.
Yeah, playing it. Good.
Yeah. Have you got one?
Yes, people that brag about not having social media.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, do you have?
Get off your high
I deleted
horse.
Facebook. You know, like I haven't been on. Like I understand that Facebook isn't as big as what it used to be. For people to be like, I don't have a TikTok.
Yeah.
I don't have Instagram.
Yeah.
And like, if you don't have social media, by all means, fine.
And I admire you, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But the people that don't have it and then like
It's the personality.
feel like as if they've got something on you
Yeah.
for having one.
Yep.
You know?
Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree
So
more.
they're dead.
Yeah, fair enough. Another NPC I'd kill in a video game would be someone who spits in public. You know, people do,
yeah.
just, some people just spit in public.
Yeah, I hate that shit.
I hate that so much. So if I see you spitting in public, boom.
Yeah, even
gone.
though it's not even like at you. You're driving along and there's somebody walking on the footpath and this girl like,
Yeah, no, I hate it.
what are you doing?
It's so yuck. Yeah, no, yuck.
People who use car parks that are specific to certain needs. So people that park in disabled car parks.
Oh, yeah.
Click and collect to the supermarket car parks,
Yep.
and people that park in like the parent and pram car parks.
Yes.
If you are not part of those categories and you park in those spots,
Yep.
if you're in a video game, I'm killing you.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that one.
Because there's only certain amounts. Like usually there's like 2 disabled parks and like maybe 3 or 4 like click and collect. The whole point of click and collect is to save time and to like
Exactly.
I've done my shopping online. I've booked the time. I've made my way here. Don't take my car park so that you can go in there and get 4 items.
Exactly.
Piece of shit. I'm killing you.
Amen.
Yeah.
Another person I would kill if they're an NPC would be anyone who doesn't use their indicator in their car.
Yep.
Or blinker, you might call it somewhere else. But I cannot stand when people don't use the indicators.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that there's probably not going to be an NPC sitting in a car. But if I saw them in GTA, for example,
Yeah.
and they didn't indicate, and it was a game where you have to follow the rules,
Yeah.
I'd be
pulling them over and beating them to death.
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Not waving thank you when you cross at a zebra crossing or a pedestrian crossing, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
I know legally I have to stop.
Yes.
And the alternative is me running you over, but just a little wave.
Yep.
Just a little
Just acknowledgement.
Just a little head lift.
Yep.
But
Yep.
the people that just charge across pedestrian crossings,
Yeah.
you're dying.
Yeah, no, exactly. I would appreciate the courtesy, and also even just in any traffic or public situation, if
Yeah,
you
totally.
let someone go past or through and they don't acknowledge that you've just given up your 1 second for them, I'm killing
How
you.
awful is it when you let somebody in front of you at the lights,
Yeah.
and then the lights go, and then
Yeah.
it goes yellow as that car that you let in goes.
Yes, I
and then
hate
you're
that.
sitting at the red.
Especially
so
if they
that would have
haven't-
been me.
Yeah.
I would have been going through.
Especially if they haven't thanked you.
Yeah.
That is just the salt in the wound. Yeah. You got any more there?
Yeah, I got another one.
Yeah.
People that leave rubbish on the table in a food court because it's their job to clean it up.
Oh,
the
yeah.
people that,
Yeah.
like just like I know that some food courts have like a policy where like there are no bins, and there are people that, but just if you're gonna leave it on the table, stack it.
Yeah.
Stack it, wipe down. But the people that just leave food in the food court,
Yeah.
and part of that as well, people that just leave their rubbish and popcorn and stuff all over the
In the
seats
movies.
at the movie theater.
Yeah.
Like, don't be a
Totally.
piece of shit.
Yeah, I definitely did that when I was a teenager. Like both of those things as a teenager.
Yeah.
And now I've got older, I'm like, that's shit. I
Yeah.
should just, pull my weight a little bit. Someone else I would probably get rid of would be a crypto bro trying to convince me they've seen the light and they've got like a solution to like, the next stage of income or whatever.
Crypto's dropped off massively. Like
Yeah.
I definitely would have killed those people 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But it's I feel like people have definitely seen the light now.
Yeah,
And be like,
realised.
crypto's, I mean, sure, if you've made money off crypto, then good on you. But
Yeah.
it's just, what's a blockchain?
No,
What is a
I still
blockchain?
don't really get it, eh?
I don't
Maybe
get
it's
it.
because I don't get it, but I'm very confused.
Like Bitcoin, I remember getting it to a certain point, and then I was like, no, you've lost me. Yeah.
I still don't get it either.
No.
One last one from me,
Yeah.
an NPC I instantly want to kill is, look, I know influencing is a hard job and I do admire it.
Yeah.
But I do get frustrated at like social influencers who claim to have answers of a better life, but they're all shit. So
Yeah.
people that go on social media and sort of fake it or say, I did this and you can too.
Totally.
I hate that because you're immediately saying I'm better than you.
Yep.
And it's not the right way to relate to people. This
Yeah.
is me getting really deep now. But if someone tries to claim their life, they've got their life together more.
Yeah.
No. You may, but it's the communication. It's the way you say it.
Totally.
Yeah.
People that are trying to sell you an online course.
Yes.
Be like, hey, this is how I made $60,000 in 3 months. And they're like, if you want to learn how to do it, I'll tell you how. You just got to buy my course. That's how you're making the money.
Exactly.
By telling us that's how you make the money. And
Yeah.
then I've got to pay for it.
Yeah. So any scammy social people like that
Totally.
really, really irks me.
The people
Yeah.
that were like absolute booze hags, drunks, drugs, all sorts of things in
Yeah.
the younger days.
Yeah.
And then they sort of turn their life, switch
Yeah.
their life around, which is great.
Yeah.
But then judge people that drink
Yes, yeah.
and be
yeah.
like,
yeah, I'm here now. I did all this. You
Yes.
can too. It's very patronizing. the way
very
they speak.
patronizing, and they start
Yeah.
a course on how to live life, and they do it in Bali.
Yes, yes.
They start retreats in Bali where they charge $2,000 for you to hum.
Yeah,
on a
yeah.
beach.
Look, I'm all for people helping each other live a better life, but I can sniff out authenticity instantly.
Totally. Yeah,
and
it's the bullshit.
yeah, exactly right.
So that was a good little vent session, actually.
Yeah, it was
that
actually.
felt quite good.
I feel like that was therapy.
If you are one of those people, I'm sorry if you feel attacked.
Yeah,
but at the
sorry.
same time, sort your life out.
Yeah, come on, man.
If you were in a game, I'd
I'd get you. Who do you think Chris would kill me and you if he saw us. He would. Who would he kill? Who would
Chris kill?
He would kill anyone who's late.
Yeah, he doesn't like late. He doesn't like lateness. Anybody that like interrupts his meal time. He's like a dog.
Oh, so that's his like.
Like if your hands go in his bowl, he'll rip your throat out.
Yeah. I guess we'll ask him next week when he's back. What he'd do.
I like to assume.
Yeah, he would.
And he's obviously anyone that damages his car.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, yeah?
Anybody that leaves rubbish in his car.
Oh, is he quite about that?
Gets real ropey about that.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Like he'll bring it up. Like he gave me and a friend a ride to a bar once and my friend was in the back seat and the friend was drinking a beer and he left the beer bottle in the back of the car. It was empty.
Yeah.
But he left the bottle in there, which is still dick move.
Yeah, but then also, if you're getting out of a bar,
we were getting out of the bar, maybe he thought there's nowhere for me to put it. Public intoxication, you could just be holding a bottle, and if there's a cop there, you get arrested.
Yeah.
And so maybe that was it. I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm not associated with that person anymore.
No.
Because they actually turned out to be a massive prick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that was the first clue, was the
so
beer bottle.
To be fair, that's actually a bad example because Chris hearing this would be like, yeah, well, I told you he was a prick. So
yeah, good judge of character. Let us know in the ECG for ECG group. I want to know what NPC in real life you would kill if you could. But not actually kill. We're not actually encouraging murder.
But if they're in a game, kill them.
So kill them. Go for it. Go for it. Are you playing something different this week? Did I hear you say? You haven't played much at all?
I haven't played much at all this week. No. I've been I've been chilling this week. I found a new book, so I'm back into I'm still reading. I finished the Red Rising series. I don't know if there's many people that would understand that.
I don't know that one.
We're not a reading podcast, but there might be somebody. It's good. It's a good series. Red Rising, a lot of fun. Now I'm reading Project Hail Mary.
Oh, what's that?
It's It's the same people that The Martian, the movie with Matt Damon. He's lost on Mars.
I've not seen it, but I've not seen it. I've heard of it.
It's a great movie.
Okay.
It's from a guy called Andy Weir.
Okay.
And he also wrote a book called Project Hail Mary, and that's being turned into a movie starring Ryan Gosling.
Oh, okay. Now I'm interested. Okay.
Yeah. So it's a good book. Yeah.
Okay. Very nice. I actually also played a bit of GeoGuessr this week. Done a bit of gaming, guys. And also, in the DLC that's coming out on Monday, I'm going to have a little chat about, I did a stream the other day and I played a game that was recommended to us by Brandon.
Yes.
To me by Brandon. And so in the DLC coming out on Monday, I'm going to review my experience and also talk about a funny thing that Guy did to me during
I popped
stream.
in.
Yes, he did.
I popped in briefly.
He sure did.
Yes.
So if you want to hear more about that, you can listen to our DLC on Monday. Anything else you'd like to add before we pop off?
Well, I hurt my quad.
Oh, yeah, my name's Chris and I'm injured.
I went for a little one.
Oh, I'm an elderly man.
I went for a little 100-meter one and I hurt my quad.
Oh, I'm such a pussy. Okay, bye.